This is the story of a girl whose boyfriend leaves her just because she had gained weight. But sometime later, when they suddenly come face to face, the scene is completely different because the girl he had once called fat and left was now standing before him, completely transformed. So, the story begins in a beautiful city in Russia, where we see a lively girl named Anya who lives with her boyfriend, Zhenya. Zhenya is a professional bodybuilder and also a swimming coach, meaning he is absolutely perfect in terms of fitness. Meanwhile, Anya works in a bakery. Working in a bakery means food and drink items are always right in front of her. When the two first met, Anya was perfectly fit, but within just a few months, her weight had increased so much that she herself had started getting worried. Her old dresses no longer fit her, and how could she stay fit anyway? Seeing all kinds of cakes and delicious things in front of her eyes every day, how could anyone restrain themselves? Anyway, one day, the two receive an invitation to a friend's wedding. Anya tries to wear her old clothes, but clothes have their own size too. They don't fit, and the ones that somehow do fit end up getting ruined under the pressure of her heavy body. She consoles herself that no one will notice, but the truth was that she had become much heavier than before. Zhenya also remains especially quiet on this matter because he knows calling any girl fat isn't a good thing. After ruining many dresses, Anya wears a decent dress and gets ready, but as soon as Zhenya sees her in that dress, his smile disappears. At the wedding, all the fitness people will be there, which will make Anya seem awkward next to him. But instead of saying it directly, he starts hinting, "You just relax at home. I have some work outside, so I'll be back soon." Anya doesn't argue much either and kisses him lovingly, and then he leaves. After that, Anya puts on a comfortable dress and checks her weight, only to find she has reached 76 kilos. Now her habit is, if her weight increases, say a positive mantra, then drink a glass of water, and then start making and eating those same oily things again. Meanwhile, while scrolling, she sees photos of Zhenya and his friends from the wedding. In the group photo, all the girls look slim and fit, and she starts comparing herself to them. Then she sees a video in which a girl named Christina is kissing Zhenya, and upon seeing this, she immediately gets ready and heads out to the wedding. She calls her best friend Natasha to come quickly and drop her off. As soon as Natasha arrives, she notices that Anya has indeed become very fat. But for her, Anya is still just as lovely and beautiful. She says, "Trust your body, you still look bomb." Afterward, quickly arriving at the wedding, Anya sees Zhenya dancing with Christina and getting a little too close. Seeing this, Anya's blood boils and she goes straight between them. Zhenya is shocked but doesn't stop dancing, and Christina leaves angrily. A little later, the two sit down and Anya starts eating. During this, she asks, "Why were you dancing so close to her?" Zhenya first gives evasive answers, saying they were just dancing. But when Anya gets a little angry, he also flares up and says clearly, "Now I don't feel love when I look at you. You just keep eating and have become a fat burden for me." Hearing this, Anya's face falls. But just then, the newlywed couple comes over to them, and upon seeing Anya, the bride asks, "Are you pregnant?" Hearing this, Anya becomes even more sad. Then, before the party ends, Zhenya says goodbye to her and leaves her there. In the next scene, Anya is sitting on a bus on her way to her mother's house, crying very hard because now, because of her weight, her boyfriend was also gone. When she reaches home, her mother is talking to a man. That man's name is Stas, who, understanding the atmosphere, leaves without talking much. Anya cries and tells her that her relationship broke because of her obesity. Her mother says, "You're not fat. It's just that your bones have grown a bit bigger." The next morning, Natasha calls and invites Anya to her house. The two sit on the balcony and talk, and Anya finds out that Zhenya had brought all her stuff and left it there the previous night. Natasha says that she and her husband Dimas will let Anya stay with them for a few days, but Anya isn't affected by anything. She just wants to cry. Dimas also tries to console her, saying Anya is the hottest girl in the city. But in Anya's world, these words hold no value now. The next morning, Natasha comes to her and tells her the story of a friend whose boyfriend left her because of her obesity. But that girl, instead of crying, joined a gym and started looking slim within just a month. Anya says, "I don't even have money for the gym." So Natasha gives a cunning idea. Every gym offers a 1-week free trial. Go to every gym and work out for free. The next morning, Anya says her positive mantra, drinks water, and goes to the gym for the first time in her life. The machines look like spaceships to her. She falls off the treadmill 2 or 3 times, but keeps up the hard work. But then, just 1 hour later, she starts eating enough food for 2 people at a restaurant. Natasha, who works there, snatches her food away and says angrily, "Show some control. If you gain more weight, you'll become a fat cow." Anya says, "How will I lose so much weight? And after the gym, I get even hungrier." Returning home at night, she applies moisturizer to her body and wraps it in plastic wrap. She thinks this will make her lose weight, but at the same time, she keeps eating chips. And a little later, she secretly goes to the fridge to take out some food and drink. Just then, Natasha catches her, so she has to put everything back. The next day, she resolves not to eat anything unhealthy. But she works in a bakery where delicious smells are everywhere. While decorating a cake, she accidentally tastes the icing on her finger and can't stop herself. Still, she tries very hard not to eat the cake, so for a while she drinks only water and drinks. It seemed as if the cake was telling her, "Eat me." And finally, giving in, she eats the whole cake. Now she starts to understand that this isn't just about overeating occasionally. There's some habit that has gone out of her control, so she finds a self-help group for people with eating addictions and goes to their meeting. In the room, most of the people are women, and there is only one lone boy named Kolya. When the meeting starts, Anya gives a fake name and says she doesn't have an eating problem. She introduces herself as a journalist and says she's just there to write an article on the topic. The other women in the group also take their conditions so lightly, as if they have no problem at all. Just then, Kolya stands up clapping and says directly, "We are all fat here. Everyone who sees us will call us fat elephants or fat mums." And pointing at Anya, he says, "Your journalist excuse is also a lie. However we must first accept ourselves. Only then will we find a solution." Hearing this, Anya quickly pretends to get a phone call and leaves. But Kolya doesn't stay there. He follows her outside and offers to take her to a nearby restaurant for food. Anya, who can never say no to food, refuses a couple of times but eventually agrees. Now, while eating, Kolya tells her about a plan. Why don't the two of them become each other's fitness sponsors? They'll exercise daily, ask each other before every bite they eat, and support each other. At first, Anya is suspicious of Kolya's intentions, but then she thinks, what's the harm in trying? Then, the very next day, the two meet in the morning at the park for jogging and race together. At first, Anya finds Kolya a bit weird, but gradually she realizes that this boy is truly pure-hearted. He is never embarrassed about himself and doesn't pretend. For Anya, all this is new, and she starts liking Kolya's company. The two call each other before every meal, and slowly, Anya's weight begins to drop. Whenever she starts feeling restless, Kolya handles her in his own way. After exercise, the two often scream loudly to let all the stress fly away into the air. But inwardly, Kolya feels a little sad too, because Anya's heart is still stuck on one thing: validation from Zhenya, and this gives Kolya a bit of jealousy. After a month and a half, Anya loses a full 10 kilo and now decides to meet Zhenya face to face. She buys a new swimsuit and goes to the pool, planning to accidentally bump into Zhenya. Zhenya is left just staring at her because she had changed so much. The two talk for a bit, and Anya asks him to teach her swimming since he is the swimming coach there. Both get into the pool and, under this pretext, start spending some time together. But just then, Christina arrives there and introduces herself as Zhenya's girlfriend. Seeing her, Anya's confidence shakes again because she still didn't have a perfect slim body like Christina's. And from looking at Zhenya, it seemed he liked Christina. Now, to relieve stress, she parties all night and drinks so much that she forgets her own identity. The next morning, her eyes open in Kolya's bed. She gets scared because all her clothes were laid out in front to dry. She quickly puts on her dress, and just then, Kolya comes into the room with coffee for her. He immediately says clearly, "I didn't even look at you." "You were in a bad state, and I just came to save you." In a flashback, it is shown that while drunk, she was about to leave with a stranger. But at the right time, Kolya arrived there, and while saving her, also got beaten up. Now, after this awkward morning, Anya goes to her mother's house and tells her everything. Her mother explains that she has an old wound inside her. In her childhood, her father left her, and this very thing created a sickness inside Anya. That's why even today, on Zhenya's rejection, she is still seeking validation from him. This touches Anya deeply, and she decides to meet her father once. The next day, Kolya takes her in his car to meet her father, Sergei. The road is quite long. During this, Kolya repeatedly tries to make Anya understand him. He shows that he likes her, but Anya doesn't even notice and understands him only as a best friend. Finally, they reach Sergei's house, where he lives in a wooden house with a woman. Anya tells her father her identity and asks him, "Why did you never try to be a part of my life?" Sergei answers that he once went to her birthday with a gift, but Anya showed him the middle finger from the window. Seeing this, he returned and decided to move on from his old life. After that, at night, a candle accidentally falls from Anya, and the whole wooden house catches fire. Sergei shouts, "You've ruined my house!" and doesn't even check his daughter's safety. From this, Anya understands that in her father's heart, she is no longer that beloved daughter. After that, the two immediately return. Kolya drops her off safely at her mother's house, and before leaving, Anya gives him a light kiss on his nose. Kolya is overjoyed. He seems to float in the air and starts to think that perhaps Anya has started liking him too. On the way back, he sells his watch and buys flowers for Anya, deciding to tell her what's in his heart. Meanwhile, Zhenya also suddenly comes to the house to meet Anya. The two talk about how being away from each other is perhaps troubling both of them. Then Zhenya slowly comes closer, and Anya also turns and starts kissing him, and the two get lost in that moment. During this, when Kolya returns with the flowers, seeing them together, his heart breaks, and he keeps what's in his heart to himself and leaves quietly. The next morning, Anya's eyes open next to Zhenya. He smiles and says, "You look much better than before, and I hope you'll try to always stay like this." Hearing this, Anya's eyes open wide. She doesn't want a relationship where there's always the fear that the other person loves her only when she looks better. On this point, the two argue again, and Zhenya gets angry and this time leaves forever. Anya breaks down once again. Her mother also tells her, "Forget Zhenya. He only liked your outer beauty." But she becomes restless, and in the evening she goes to Kolya because she needed a friend. But Kolya is sad and angry and says clearly, "Now I probably can't be your sponsor anymore. You've lost weight, and you've achieved your goal too. Now you don't need me." Saying this, he leaves, and Anya returns sadly alone. Meanwhile, suddenly some thuggish boys come and surround her, and on bikes they start chasing her. To save herself, she starts running toward the field, and after going a little distance, she suddenly falls. Those thugs were around her, so she stays there overnight. The next morning, two big machines come to harvest the field crop. The driver of one is Stas, who often used to visit Anya's mother. He suddenly sees Anya lying in the middle of the field. Meanwhile, the other machine was also coming in that direction. Its driver was unknowingly moving forward. Seeing this, Stas immediately goes to Anya and somehow saves her. Anya knew that her mother probably liked Stas, but she doesn't talk much about it. After that, Anya goes to Natasha's house, but no one opens the door, so she climbs through the neighbor's window, holding onto a pipe, and somehow sneaks inside. Inside, she finds Natasha, who was very troubled. She tells her that Demas and she had a fight. The two listen to each other's heartfelt words, which lightens both their hearts. The next day, Anya's father, Sergei, comes to meet her. He apologizes and starts dancing just like he used to in her childhood to make Anya happy. Now, their family problem was over because Sergei had understood that his true happiness lies in his daughter, and seeing Anya's mother with Stas, he doesn't say anything either. After that, Anya goes to a fitness marathon to find Kolya. There, she sees Kolya drinking a cold drink. Anya snatches the drink and throws it away, saying, "Now I am your fitness sponsor. Your weight is still not right, and now your responsibility is my responsibility." Kolya smiles, and both participate in the marathon. Putting in all their effort, they reach the finish line together. In the end, Kolya gathers courage and kisses Anya. And for the first time, Anya also realizes that true happiness lies in accepting oneself, not in impressing others. Kolya never felt embarrassed about his obesity and never compared himself with anyone because he knows that in the world, everyone's place and personality are different and everyone is right in their own place and field. Anya now wants to become like him because Kolya is a self-respecting person who knows himself well. Meanwhile, we look at Zhenya, who even today looks for fitness and beauty in other girls and judges girls by their external appearance. But Anya is now very happy because she has found a true companion and a true friend who is ready to like her in any form. And here, with a happy ending, this story ends. So friends, I hope you like this story very much.